I'm muted. Can you hear me?
Hello. I was on the phone with a buddy.
No worries. I guess the expression is hurting cats, but in my case, it's hurting dogs.
Puppies. How are you
Um,
feeling today?
I sorry if my phone's like spazzing out. Its battery's dying, and I've got a battery pack, but it keeps like I don't know, charging and not charging. So I had to take Cookie back to put her with her mom for a little longer, just because she was so like tiny. Um, and now I've got I don't know if you can see the slash marks on my neck. That's how much my big dogs liked me bringing a new dog. So he's awesome. Where is he? Probably right by me. Yoda. Hey, bud. So he is like the sweetest. Um, and I'm watching another person's two dogs who are like the most timid dogs in the world. So I have to get them out separate because my one big dog and Yoda get along really well. And my second big dog is good with my friends' dogs, but like super pissed about Yoda. So I brought them out earlier to like let them all play, but then the two girls started getting like too rough and a little snappy, but they're like mini horses. So literally like one tripped me, I fall to the ground as I'm trying to like grab him and hold on to him. So again, they're not like mean, but they just don't know how big they are. So I don't know if you've ever seen two small dogs like kind of go at it to like establish
They go
dominance.
crazy.
Right, except they're huge and he's not. So like I ended up on the ground like like literally looks like someone, you know. So anyways, that's what took a little while. Because these dogs like to run and hide. And I'm like, no, the three of you are coming out and you're gonna be friends and you're gonna get along before I deal with the horses. How was your weekend?
We're kind of boring. So I spent time writing new instructions to help people connect our blogger pages.
So I was talking to Whitney about that and trying to get her set up. Um, keep going. Sorry, I interjected. My ADD is like spiraling after my talk with her.
No, this is why I wrote the instruction pages, because I'm like, what if somebody doesn't want to listen to me, but they want to do exactly what I'm doing and they're not paying attention? Because I have that sidebar with information of
Mm,
people's. So I want everyone to be able to connect on everyone's pages.
right.
And then when you get in front of your computer, one of your posts is just a picture.
Is it the like some
The
order?
last one. Yes. So I copied the text from it. You have to add the text to your post so that AI can read it. Otherwise, they can't read the images.
So how did you get it out of the image though?
I looked at it at my phone. I just pushed at the text, highlighted it, copied it, then
Oh,
I
that,
dropped it.
see,
Hmm?
it doesn't. It wouldn't. I don't know if it's my computer, or my phone,
Yeah,
but
it's the computer. It's the computer's fucking with you.
because I tried to do that and it like would not paste. Like
This
I'd
is why
highlight.
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let her know because there's like several different ways that these all fuck with you, and you'll keep working from PDF to PDF to PDF, and then one won't work.
And when I'm balancing 10,000, that's when I'm like, I'm gonna fucking smash everything. Like, so thank you.
That's why we need to work as a team. I already put it in the drive. I already copied and pasted the text, and every time we copy and paste text, it's not clean, so we have to go and space it again and make it look pretty. So I
Right.
copied it. I fixed that text for you,
Oh, thank you.
so
Yeah,
you
I
can
was
just.
trying to do like a little, but I was also just trying to get some stuff up there. So thank you.
If we start working as a team, this is going to just, all of it is going to happen overnight. Once we start teaching people how to defend themselves against the system, we're not going to need a million different court orders. Because I keep talking to people and everyone like, oh, my case is awesome. My case is this, and this is about to happen. Like, no, it's not. You're not, maybe you'll get some money, but nothing's going to change unless we work together.
So Whitney's story is even like more insane than mine and so fucked up. I'm like so riled up because of what's been done to her. And like, again, to any outside person, she'd probably sound crazy, right? But like, I've seen the videos. Like, I've taught, like, my heart, like, it absolutely shat. Like, it's so fucked
So let's
up.
stop for a second. Where are these videos? Did she put them on YouTube? Is she willing
They're
to
like,
share them?
they're like super. That's why I wanted to see if we could maybe do a call. Like, she's working on some motions today, but I think having her work like with us, because she's really organized. So, like, what I was asking her, and we were putting stupid battery thing, a spreadsheet together. Damn phone. Um, because she knows a lot of people, and like, so we already have 5 names of mothers in Broward and their case numbers that we started like while I was on the phone with her. I was like, fuck, I'm just okay. I'm gonna sit at my Excel sheet and like write this shit down while I'm pulling yours up because otherwise I'm not gonna remember it. So like, then I was asking her. This is an aside, by the way, and I'll go back to the video. Um, like if we all put our different cases like on a separate sheet, let's say, just for like docket and case tracking. I was like, is there a way, I don't know, probably that like the first sheet or like a master sheet could somehow have some formulaic thing where like on a cover sheet it would show and pull like all the similarities, because in a lot of them we have the exact same judge, or we had the exact same former attorneys, or the same gals like all doing this shit. And so I'm like, yeah, I think we do each need a tab because fuck, I alone, I mean, the focus with that group is Broward because I'm also like planning a picket protest because, but
And here's
she
the
like,
problem too. I don't want to interrupt you, but every time you talk about a judge, we'll say it's Judge Cindy Lauper. We can make a page and we can have 50 women link to that page like, hey, she's violated all our rights.
and that's like her and I were running through the articles and all this stuff that's happened. And she knows like she personally knows way more people and their cases. She's telling me this other girl, her name, her case numbers. She also has a current federal civil rights case, either opened or already open, in against the exact faces, DCF, Canner. And so what I was going to say is her story is insane, but before she got to where she is, I guess she studied in like, what was it, interior design. So she worked for like a super high, like she's at her house in like magazines and shit. So she's very organized. And I was like, okay, Ricky's organized. You're organized. I've got a lot of information, but my shit ain't organized at all. So I was like, I told her I was going to talk to you. And then, whether it's like you and her talking or all three, maybe all three, like I already knew a lot of the pieces, but she actually has like the specific cases. And so she was like, yeah, in Excel, you can do that. I've already done it. Like I have all of my stuff like I'm like, legit, like cool. Need somebody like that. Cause again, I moved out of Florida, right? And all of my friends somehow are still married. So like her and I were also talking how we basically lost or kind of phased out with all of our friendships because when you're going through this shit, like, and
Nobody understands.
no one understands, or it's too stressful for them and there's nothing they can do and it starts affecting so like that's a mutual thing. But she does know personally a lot of these other women, and like they've already, I guess, been like organizing to some capacity, but I was like, nah, like
You're not doing it
not.
right. We're all doing it wrong.
And see, that's where, it's trying to, and I think she'd be really good at building out like a framework because, again, she was saying all this fancy shit that she's already done and organized in Excel and like knows how to do all that. I used to. I just haven't had time to look into it. But
If that was going to
okay,
solve all our problems, it would have solved all our problems. So that's just a piece of the puzzle. So I wouldn't stress
getting
out about that.
again, like as her and I were on the phone, I was like, literally the Excel thing I threw together in 5 seconds. It again takes 5 seconds, but it already lists at least 4 different women and their case numbers. And you know, yeah, if you get all of them to like drop at least a few files, because our problem is when it's like write your story, we're all just like, like how do you even write it? It's so fucked up, and it
This
goes on.
is what Google Meet Workspace, what we're doing right now is how we tell our stories. And then it's not perfect, and we don't need perfect because all this fucked up, horrible stuff is so traumatizing. It's never going to be perfect.
So like the videos, okay, I'll give you the quickest like synopsis to. I'm not shocked by much. Like truly, I've known a lot of I've talked to a lot of people. I've been through a lot. Like there's few things where I'm like Jesus fucking Christ, like that's like I'm at a loss for words. Like I get it. I believe you. I've experienced similar, but like I guess the best place to start is like her parents are monsters. Like monsters. And I don't say that lightly, and I don't like to speak on people's relationships, but she told me a lot and then she sent me a lot of the videos. And so she's got 2 kids with 2 different guys, but her parents, with both of them, have like gone behind her back and like facilitated these like like painting and framing her as crazy, calling like I was like, but why? Let me back up. I was like, well, I believe you, but like, why would your parents want to like conspire with your exes to like have your kids taken so that you can't see them when they not see them? And she's like, no, they do see them. They like coordinate in secret with my exes and see my daughters, but won't tell me when or why. I find out because like I'm friends with a neighbor who just saw my daughter there, like whatever. And so, I mean, effectively, she said, I mean, this is what she said is that like I watched a lot of the videos. Her parents have always been like extremely abusive, like physically and otherwise. And I don't know how much you know about narcissism and like NPD, but both of my parents were narcissists, and my ex was a narcissist. I guess both her parents are definitely also, and you end up ending up in relationships with narcissists because subconsciously it like draws you in somehow, even when it doesn't look like that, because your brain gets fucked up. The wiring when you're raised with narcissistic and abusive parents, it literally wires and rewires your brain. And so, anyways, I've seen the videos of her parents literally like breaking down her door, like hitting her, attacking. Like,
How
so
old is she?
she's 42.
Oh, wow.
And so, what she said is like her parents, like, she's always been the black sheep. Her parents have always hated her and like literally said they want her to die and they like want to kill her. And so, they've been working with the exes to like get her stripped of custody. And she's very sick. Like she had to have an emergency hysterectomy because she had one, if not like 2 types of cancer, and then has
Wow.
also developed like chronic trauma and like also has endometritis, like all this other health stuff. So she also lost her job because she had to like recover from an emergency hysterectomy and like cancer and stuff. And so then her and her daughters had to go live with her parents. And so the videos I've seen are not just her and her parents. It's like her kids are right there. And they're like screaming like so she told me she never reported it before. because she was stuck living with them. She had nowhere else to go. And that happened with me. I ended up back at my fucking childhood house of horrors after I was bankrupted, and ended up that ended up causing my brother to die, perpetuated my dad, like. And so again, it's a pattern, right? That, oh, and she's been disabled and not had a job and gone through all this, and yet she's being dragged along and forced to pay for a guardian ad litem, which is another path all of my attorneys tried to take me down. And I'm
Can I
like,
stop you for a second? You realize too, this is, I don't mean to say that this is great, but this is good for our case, for all of our cases, that they're fucking with all these disabled people, because I'm on disability and I'm not worried about anything right now. I got my dog. My
and
kids
she,
think I'm a piece of shit. So I'm just trying to help everybody. So the
well,
fact
and
that I can point
her
out
kids,
that all the shit's happening to you.
like, and then when I hear, like, she had her 13-year-old taken by the one dude and her baby taken by the other dude in cahoots with her parents, who still see her kids in secret but are trying to force her into like an inpatient drug facility. She's like, I smoke weed. I'm like, where's all this like inpatient stuff? Like, what? And they're trying to paint her as mentally unstable and crazy. And the gal has conspired with her parents, with her exes, to take the kids, to force them into, oh, she's due for, there's a hearing tomorrow to force her to have a psych eval.
Yes, yes, yes.
Which
We have to talk to her. Yes, but
but
on
guess what?
video. No,
Well,
on video and publicize it.
well, right. So I'm giving you a quick synopsis. I asked you if you want to be a court watcher, because you can, these hearings are public, but you can like supposed to mute yourself and your camera. You're not supposed to record, but I know so tomorrow's hearing, this is how fucked up it is. All right. She filed for like an emergency restraining order against one of the guys to get like her full custody of her child. She had full custody. Then they went to 80-20. Then they went to 70-30. This is dragged out since like 2016. And then all of a sudden he comes back and again, it's like an abuse thing. She files to like get full custody back. The judge grants it. Cantor grants it. Then the gal called and filed and said no, like to block it, and then demanded that she have a psych eval. And that's exactly what my ex, like his attorney, tried to do to me, because I'm so crazy, because I took my daughter to the hospital when she needed emergency medical care, as proven by hospital records, but he claimed I clearly did it for litigation purposes only. Oh, and his sister was one of this girl's attorneys, and his father was also one of the ones that fucked with me to get my daughter taken. So she also has all these other, like, I was already going after Greenspoon Martyr, that firm. So she saw it. She's like, Greenspoon Martyr, like Jason Allman. I'm like, so anyways, I digress.
Does she have any lawyers? Does she have a court appointed lawyer? Anyone?
She's pro se now. She had attorneys. Again, her attorney was this fucking piece of shit who illegally had his sister and their whole firm, because I already have their 2 paralegals. I've got his dad. I've got him. They're all fucking crooked. She's broke.
Yes, we can use this though.
I went again. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I need time to, because again, I'm used to a lot, but like, and I already believed her before I saw the videos. And so tomorrow's hearing, and they're public hearings, so like it's super awkward, because they're calling this a hearing, but I think they're misusing a case management conference, which is what they've done to all of us, which is also super illegal, and I've also proven that, and I've seen it in hers. Tomorrow might be properly noticed, but you still call into this line on Zoom, And then a bunch of other people are on the call, and you just have to wait until they call your case. And then all these other people are on the line while you're like, again, going through these like traumatic and horrific things. And so you're allowed to have, it's called a court watcher. So like women, especially in these groups, have started like linking up and asking friends to like dial in and take notes and be a public observer. And so I told her like, fuck yeah, I'm in, because Kathryn knows my name. Like, she knows my, I got that bitch under criminal investigation. I got her off my case. She's named, like, she knows who I am. And I hope she sees my name. And I hope she fights with me about being there, because I've already got my like script done. So I'm going to take notes, but again, it's early. I don't know if you might also want to like dial in just to hear how like take your own notes.
What time tomorrow? Because it can't be that early. Because I have a meeting at 10 a.m. with a woman to talk about her story. But
I think it's 9.
But I could log in at 9. Even then, I don't know how long these hearings usually don't last long. They don't like to let people talk.
It depends what order like your case gets called.
Or they'll make you wait. They've made me wait until 4 o'clock. I've had to go drive an hour and a half away from home and wait till 4 just to be told they come back because nothing's happening.
That's shitty. Hold on, I gotta put diapers back on these dogs because they'll piss everywhere. So it's come here. It's 9:45 is the dial-in time, but again, I don't know exactly when hers will get called. I was just thinking, again, because as she was going through things, she had another court watcher, and I'm like, okay, well, do you have that person's notes? Like, do you have their names? So if we're gonna file these things to like, just because you have to, even if they ignore them, third party question, like who was on that call and what did they say happened? Did they write anything about bias? So she didn't have them offhand. So I was like, all right, well, I'll do it. And I hope that seeing my name like sets this lady off. And I hope she fights me over it. But, I'm going to take notes the best I can. I was just thinking, since we're talking a lot about this cunt who's holding this hearing, and it involves a gal and them trying to force a psych eval and another $1,000 charge to this girl who's had both of her kids taken, her parents beating the shit out of her, like all colluding and conspiring with the gal with faces. So the first girl, Cecile, she's the one who found my case. And Whitney was like, yeah, I was on the phone with her. I'm like, I don't even know. So we were talking about that. They know each other because they were also forced to go through Faces co-parenting classes bullshit like I was, but I guess they did theirs in person. But Faces and Dana Kahn, the owner of Faces, is the place where my daughter was medically neglected and denied medical care that resulted in her being dually hospitalized in Georgia. And Whitney also knows of cases that have been under Canner where kids have died, that there's like reports about it. And there's another girl who, the federal case, Sarah Thompson, I think, she names Faces in hers. She names DCF. She named like many of the same people. And again, like big agencies, but also individuals. So if you can tomorrow, that'd be cool. If not, I'll be on it. But I want to get like a call with at least you and Whitney. I mean, I don't mind being on it too, but like I can't send her videos. And what she said before was that she never reported it to the police because she was scared. When you're stuck with your parents and they're abusing you, but you literally have nowhere to go. I mean, I've been there. It's like horrifying. And so
and the system can't use that against you because that's their excuse. So why don't you tell someone? because I tell you and you never help me.
Right. And again, like it's the videos they've like, come here. She doesn't like this diaper. And so, yeah, it's like I relate hard because she's, again, like, she kind of said, like I did, like I was in literally the peak of my, like, my life, my career. Then I get sick. Then, like, I end up back with my parents. Like, she's being charged, I think, $1,000 for this psych eval, the same way he's been trying to come for me for child support and his attorney's fees. Like, and they all know, that we're both disabled and no income. So there's a lot of similarities, and she's also organized and knows.
She's doing it wrong. She's organized, but you guys keep walking in circles, and it drives me nuts.
Because you literally have to preserve your rights and build a record.
Yes, and that's fine. Going through the ropes is fine, but you guys aren't expanding on what you're doing. You're still playing the game and playing the game and playing the game. Like, fuck this. We're not doing anything different. We need to build on the side and play their game.
But here's where, and this is what I use the Broward docket for. Like, whenever it goes higher to whatever, the way you prove it is by documentation and all these dates and times of these people knew. I told these people, like, because then it's not speculative, it's proven. Like, I warned about harm. I told you this happened, people died, kids died. Like, if you don't document it on a record,
yes,
then it doesn't. So as exhausting as it fucking is, you know, they're moving forward with her proceeding. She has a final hearing on Thursday. Like, they're doing this. I have a final hearing the first week of March. I'm on Judge 6, 7 under the Florida Supreme Court. And I'm like, well, that's cool, but I live in Georgia, so go fuck yourself. Like, still haven't filed jurisdictional determinations. But no, it's the exact same pattern. Whitney's story is like, even just her filings in my, like, I pulled up her docket and I started looking through her filings and I'm like, holy shit. Like, even just hers and ours, but let alone this other girl who's got, like, or I don't know if it's open or not, but I've got her, like, county docket, like another federal case, all of the same people. Like, now we have 4 people, same people, like, that's, and again, only because it's documented in all these horrific and re-traumatizing filings can we literally be like, pattern, documented, on record, under oath, multiple women, multiple kids. That
here's
is
the problem. You had to go looking through their dockets. You had to look up their information, and it wasn't public. It wasn't just right there linked to other people's accounts, so we could find it easy. So we don't have, we should have thousands, and we only have maybe a dozen people.
I wonder if there's any way. I mean, I'm sure it's confidential, but it's also public because anyone can search it. But, like, if there's ever a way to, like, hack the system, right? So, like, on my blog, you know, the docket would somehow either, like, auto pull or refresh every so often to, like, actually show the docket and filings, because they make it.
You have to copy and paste them yourself and make them public. Everything we do, it won't be hard if people start doing it. I had court today. Where's your information? Do it today. Not
She's just up. Like me, like, we're so fucking overwhelmed. They make you jump through all these fucking hoops and formatting and so it's like, I started telling her and I'm like, I know it's more documentation, but, like, even just.
And we need to do it together. Like, I talk to my buddies, like we're doing right now. If you're sitting on the computer, like, I don't know what to do. Like, well, we'll talk you through it. Like, who cares? We need you to get it done. Like, well, I don't know. Like, well, we'll just hold your hand. Who cares? I'm not mad. I'm not doing anything. I could switch to my cell phone, so that this could still be recorded, so that we could document your stuff, and you could have a transcript. So there's any questions you want to remember, you don't have to sit here and keep taking notes and remind yourself.
Yeah, and I started, telling her that's like how we've been doing. But like as soon as I mentioned, like again, I've gotten literally physically ill, like throwing up at having to put together these filings and evidence. And by the time I'm done, I can't even print a copy for I can't even print a copy for myself, So when I hear another form of like copying and pasting, I'm like, and she's like, but that's why.
Nobody has their stories. I hate this. I do this all the time. And I do this to my AI on purpose. People send me stuff and they'll just give me a vague ass description. So I'm like, perfect. Tell me what this vague ass story means to you, because they didn't tell me anything yet. And then I'm going to get their story and then give me a new summary.
So she has a few different AI. I forget which one. She did mention Claude, and she uses ChatGPT. And I was telling her how you and I had talked about how AI is magic. And she goes, yeah. I was like, I don't know if like I use it so much I could tell the change overnight. She goes, yeah, I know. All of a sudden it's like gaslighting me, which is exactly, I told you what, I don't know how many days, 4 days ago. I'm like, literally overnight. And she was like, and it's forgetting everything. And I'm like, I was literally just raving about this exact thing. And that's something him and I have been talking about. But
this is part of your case. Oh, I have a problem with my kid. Yeah, well, I was using these tools to help my kid, and the company fucked me.
Again, I didn't like fact check what I sent you, but if what I sent you about the owner of ChatGPT is true, it is literally exactly why I said, because I've been seeing it in the news about all these people are speaking up and they're using AI to file pro se. And guess who doesn't like that? All the bad people and all the attorneys.
The pedophile Altman, that disgusting shit. Elon, the molester. Musk.
So the gal, that is horrific. The psychologist or psychiatrist or whoever she refers is Deborah Day, who's all over the Epstein files. And like, so when I'm like, I know about the Epstein files. She was telling me that whole Hope, Florida. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's like Rico fuel. But that's why I'm like, she's a really good person that I think, again, she's got nothing really not but time, but like both of her kids are taken. She's going down. We're fucking pissed. I'm like, so we're trying. I was going to start like a Facebook group again, pulling together.
Why?
Here's because I want us to show up and be outside of the courthouse. I do.
Why doesn't Facebook work? Because I tried Facebook already. What's Facebook doing? And I've already proven this, and nobody listens. Facebook blocks your messages. So if you have an awesome message that's about to get out there to expose the system, no one's going to fucking see it, whether you like it or not, because I've tried.
It's like, if it's a Facebook group, like a private group,
they block it. I won't see it. I go and look at my friends' pages. I stop getting alerts for all their messages. They're like, oh yeah, I've been posting stuff for weeks. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been looking and I don't see stuff. And then I took pictures of my own comments. I have a second Facebook account. So I'll go and post something on your account. And then I'll sit there and wait. I'm like, why don't you comment? I'll use my account. Look, it's there. I use the second account to go look, and my comment's not there.
I need you to check something for me on Instagram later, since you said, does Instagram do the same thing?
Yes, and this pisses me the fuck off because people don't realize, like, you're fucking with me. I'm trying to solve a problem, and all these companies are fucking with me, and people are like, no, they're not. I'm like, they're fucking with you too. So why would I lie to you about us being fucked with when we're the ones losing?
So the same day. Like, oh. And then Cecile, her and Whitney met because they did Faces together. Which again is the fucking Faces. There's a point to that. Now I've blanked. Oh, the reason I was thinking like a Facebook, like, or something with some level of privacy.
There
Um,
is no level of privacy. This is what's wrong with people too.
Well,
Listen,
I don't mean I mean like
Facebook will fucking take all your messages and send it to your ex if they think they can fuck you. And they won't even tell you how it happened. Oh, someone in the group gave it away because you're getting too big because what you're doing is going to fucking rock
they're the
the
ones in the
country.
groups that dox people when everyone else is like, someone that's scary. What about like WhatsApp? Like,
They're all fucked up. I got rid of WhatsApp. I got rid of Meta. I don't even use half this stuff. All these AI are fucked. The only thing we can trust is ourselves, our own files. This Google Blogger is just like Facebook. If you
well,
post something, you can unpublish it and then republish it later. So you can make it public, take it down, and then make it
no,
republic.
I meant something like an ongoing kind of chat that we can all have and like text into because everyone's
So
got different schedules or things pop up and we can't always.
there's Google Chat. I don't know exactly how it works. So in these meetings, you can allow these chats to continue after the fact somehow. I did this the other day. I don't even know how I can do it, but I wanted to see. I was going to try this with my disabled buddies for homework.
Because
But I'm
like we, me, her, and Cecile have a text chat, but then again, there's all these other, so like I'm super ADD, right? Things will pop into my brain or I'll see something. So like I was trying to find in that sense a more like limited thing where not everyone like private conversations, but ones that we can all go back and pull from, but not like everybody, right? But something that you get an alert, like, it's not like you get an email that someone posted a comment on your blog. Like,
yeah, like I don't want my kids seeing this stuff and like, oh, I'll post some pictures. Like, no, this is not for kids. It's for adults.
well, and again, honestly, the other reason was because some stuff, again, like I've seen the videos, but I don't know, like, she said she's ready to like
I
go
was
after
talking
her
about putting
parents.
this stuff on YouTube and then putting links on Blogger. I meant public. People want to keep things private. There's all kinds of different ways we can try to do that. But
Well, no, I mean, she said like she's staying with a friend now, but she kept saying like I'm scared to file a report or to show anyone these videos because like what if I need them again? And I'm like, again, I don't know what friend she's staying with. Like I don't know.
why
I mean, I
doesn't
told her,
she
I was
put
like,
them
they're
in a
fucking
Google
monsters.
Drive?
Like I was like, my house is a fucking all sorts of a mess, but like again, person, I don't even know if it's like you going back to like literally what I just saw, which is like come stay at my house. Shit, if you're a serial killer, like I don't even care at this point. Like, but no, like so she said she's ready to go after them. I just, again, I can't speak to her videos. That's why like she would really have to be on the call and decide like how much she's really ready to like go for that side. But then
This is
and
my
that's
thing. This is my problem with people. I don't need you to put your story out today. I need you to tell your story. I need it to be documented. I need it to make sense so people can find it when you're ready. Because you come to me and just Whitney comes to me in 20 minutes. Oh my God, I need help tomorrow. What do I do? I'm like, I don't know. I can't. What can I do? I don't even know who you are or anything about you. Like, how can we help you so you're prepared so you don't get fucked as bad? Or at least you could like, you're gonna get fucked, but you'll at least have a plan for next time because this was
and
so short notice.
it's funny. I was like explaining. I sent her my blog spot thing, and then she was like again. I guess there are actual media articles about like the kids who died under this judge, and I was like, here's the link to mine. Like literally, I was just dragging. I was doing. She's like, have you seen this article? I was like, well, that's what I was trying to pull yesterday. Is all these articles that I've seen.
And now you need to make an index of all those articles you pulled. So everything you posted on Blogger, Like nobody knows what that means
Well,
yet.
she does, but like, no, I hear you. I just, if
But I
I
can
don't,
show you in like 10 minutes when you have time, when you're sitting at the computer later, we'll screen share. I'm like, hey, just set your page up like this and add these links and add a little story. Like these, I added these story links because they all link to this judge who's abusive or whatever story you want.
yeah, I mean, because literally, like, I don't know how much you look through them or saw it, but it's Broward is insane. Like, I've actually pulled up recently all the judges in the fam because I alone have proof of fraud and all that shit from 7, 8 of them. Um, the judge that, oh, that's what I was saying with Whitney and Cecile. When I talked to Cecile, she like likes her judge that she got after Canner, who also did the same kind of horrific shit. Um, but when I saw this article right when she called me and as I was reading through it, it literally is a couple, I guess a year ago, dude snapped and on a killing spree. And it literally says in the article, and it sources like the Broward County custody and court proceedings literally broke them and drove him to snap and then murder this woman and I think their kid and like somebody else. So again, Broward County court and custody. And apparently related to that, this past week, Broward State Attorney's Office, who's also the one who arrested Paul, but then refused to help my daughter before she was kidnapped, but then opened the secret investigation with the governor and then closed it, whatever. It says they dropped a tranche of files related to the investigation into that woman's death, which that case was managed under Alperstein, which is a different judge than I've had, and it's Cecile's current judge. So literally, on the day that ran, the 17th Judiciary on Instagram was promoting and posting pictures of how all of them were appointing new judges for all of the judges that were reprimanded last year. So I jumped on there and I was like, yeah, but the question is this one going to be any more different? Like, or any different than the rest, or continue the same cycle? And I was like, by the way, it's absolutely disgusting that like.
And this is another thing too, like with Instagram and X and Reddit blocked all of my stuff. And I wasn't even trying to do corruption, but Reddit picked up on what I was doing before any of the other sites did and how like dangerous what I'm doing is. Because nobody on earth, except for me, is as organized or as public as me. And there's a big difference between you and me and everybody else. Like, once I got all my stuff documented, I started tracking Trump, Elon Musk, and Maura Healey, and Larry Fink, and all these different states. So my case, when AI reads about me, they're like, oh, fuck, he doesn't even care about himself.
So wait,
This
do
isn't
you
about
already have
me.
that case or you're building that case?
For my case, I gave up on it. I don't care about that. I don't care about what happened to me.
But you already tracked it?
Oh, I already have all the evidence. I have everything I need to destroy the people in my case. And I could get money, but I don't want money.
Well, but that's the thing for us, it's not about money, it's about accountability and getting our kids back. And again,
Exactly. And I need your stories. This is what pisses me off. Like, I don't want the money. Everyone's like, oh, but what about you? I don't even tell people about my story anymore. Who cares that evidence was altered in my case and people lied and I caught them lying? I can tell you how I did it because that's all that's important. And I want your story written down like we're doing now. Thankfully, you're talking and it's being transcribed because every time somebody talks to me on the phone, I'm like, who cares what you're telling me? Because I'm not going to remember it.
that's what I was asking you. And when my ADD goes in hyperdrive, I literally forget everything. Like I'll forget why I walked in a room, but that's what I was trying to figure out when I've been talking to her. I'm like, fuck, like I wish this was transcribing, but like I didn't like know how to.
Do you have Google Workspace?
I think so, because when I opened Chat GPT, it said I did.
So I had to pay for Google AI One to use Gemini and Google Meet to
I have
record.
so many bills, man. I've been surviving off credit card. Like, I couldn't even fucking tell you. Like, and then I kept hitting data limits and storage limits and question lists. So, like, I don't even fucking know what I've subscribed to or paid for anymore.
This is why everyone needs to get organized, because I signed up for like 15 different things and then had to step back. And now I'm only using the Google AI Pro, the Google Workspace, which is an extra $10. And I do pay for ChatGPT and Claude off and on because they're crap. But you have to pay for the Google AI Pro and then pay for Google Workspace for the cheaper. It makes it cheaper. It's like $30
Again,
total.
I probably, like, I have so, like, I'm operating in fight and flight and trauma and panic mode. And, like, I lost everything. And as soon as I replaced it and started rebuilding, my fucking kid was taken. And then I had to shell out another 70 grand. So I used to be super organized and super on top of things. Now I literally couldn't fucking tell you because I'm so far in debt that it's like, I don't know.
And that's totally fine. I created a second account because right now we're using Ricky Stebbins at Memory Arc. And I created one called Conference Room at Memory Arc. So I can send you the password. I might have to walk you. I don't think I'll have to walk you through. I might have to walk you through a couple steps to make sure, because if you don't hit the record, you don't hit the transcribe, and you don't make sure you have a couple tools downloaded, it won't do what we're doing right now for you.
And that's the thing, because, she's all alone too. And, like, that's why I've been, like, not just trying to help with her case, but, like, we've been talking about, like, I was like, God damn it, I wish this was all recorded. Because, like, yeah, I remember some of it, but, like,
that's why I don't want to talk to anybody anymore. This is like, I don't mean to be mean, but I want to Google Meet so that way I can ask you important questions and then I can send this back to you. If I don't
like,
send this back to you, it's worthless.
All of the stuff we talk, like, again, did you ever watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Oh yeah, there's some pretty funny stuff in that show.
So I'm sure you've seen the memes where it's like Charlie at the friggin' pin board with, like, all the strings attached. So there's a lot of memes that are like conspiracy theories. But so, like, that was literally her and I the first time we talked, because I sent her screenshots of, like, my federal dockets. And like I said, she had already known about all these, like, other stories and women, and it was just like all these fucking, but she's like, Green Smooth Martyr, Jason, like, I wish it was recorded because, like, she talked through it again, but it's just, I was like, God damn it. I don't know how he does it. I got to figure it out because
I will teach everybody what I'm doing. I already pay for it. I created this conference room account. So, because if we're doing a Google Meet with like 5 different people, and then there's 2 people like, hey, Ricky, I want to log off and get this person's story on the side, you could take a separate account that I already have and record it like we're doing right now.
that would be awesome. Because, like, that's, and then she was asking, or I guess she did find some attorney that said they'd do something pro bono if she, like, asked. I don't know, and I don't know why I went on that. Oh, because she was asking me about attorneys, and I was like, honestly,
we need them, but right now they're all fucking liars, and
well,
we have to get the young ones.
And I'm like, I have spent years having to send and resend and re-explain and relive, and it literally makes me sick over and over. And if I have to re-explain everything to one more, like, not like, I'm explaining, but we're talking. Attorneys are charging me up the ass, and they're not fucking listening. And then, like,
we're gonna get your money back, and that's why I just stopped fighting I'm fighting a different fight than you guys are fighting. I'm fighting for everybody, and you guys are fighting to get your families back together. Where my family's already shit. So
again,
you want your daughter back. She wants her kids back.
Right, but I told you, and it's worked. The reason I have documented like I have is because, again, frankly, I don't know when I'm going to drop dead. Or, again, my daughter talked, like, she's incredibly sick. Like, can't even go there. Can't even go finish on that thought. But like, I did what I did in Broward on all these dockets because I wanted and hoped and prayed somehow anybody going through something similar would somehow find it and be able to like use it to help them. And I don't know how Cecile found me. Whitney said she was on the phone, but she found my cases somehow. And that, again, I'm pro se. So that's when she like, guess she was on the phone with it. She's like, I'm going to call her. And like, she'd call me. And I had reported so much stuff to like Miami police. It was a Miami number. So I'm thinking it's like, and she's like, hello? Like, I'm so sorry to call it. And she goes in and I'm like, no, like, don't be sorry. This is exactly why. Because even not everybody can. Few people survive it. The system buries people, so they can't. So I was like, even if it's over my goddamn dead body, even if it doesn't do anything for me now, I am establishing a record so that anybody now or in the future can use that to show patterns and show like it has to exist to prove all this stuff. And so like she kept I was like, no, literally it's why I've done it's why I've done this. And so as much as I fucking hate it, had I not, she never would have called me. I never would have known about these women. Like it's necessary, and it's not just, and I told Wayne the same thing. I'm like, I can strategically and legally tell you what you have to, do and file, because you do have to do and file, especially when they're proceeding anyways. But also, I can tell you they're not going to listen, and like what we're doing and working on, like, is not going to get our kids back tomorrow. But like, she's the same as me. Like, it's not about our kid. Like, I don't care whose kid it is. Like, I think I've told you, I don't know if it's the way I was raised. I don't know if it's like ADHD, justice and sensitivity syndrome, but like, I've been advocating and I've been big in helping women in like the DV and custody case, like before but no, it's not about me. It's not about my kid. This shit is so fucking sick and wrong. And that's why, like, I'm pissed about my own shit, but like, I'm really hopped up about what they're doing her and what they have done to her. And
they gave me a hero complex, and I'm going to use it. Like, fuck it.
huh?
They gave me the whole system gave me a hero complex. Like,
Well,
they
and
made me believe I can save the fucking system.
She's right where I am. She had her kids fucking taken. She doesn't know where they go to school. She's sick. I'm sick. And, we're both like, she's the same way. It's not just about my kid or her. Like, this is fucking wrong. Like, this shit is fucking wrong. Like, we've paid in blood. This has fucked our kids up, all of our kids. Like, it destroyed my parents, my family when I was a kid too. Like, why do you think my brother's dead? Why do you think my mom became a fucking crackhead? Like, it's doesn't excuse their choices, but like, I've gone through it as a child. I watched it happen in my family. I'm again, horror is like, she also had sole custody of her kids, and suddenly, and so we don't have answers, like, because I've run through the crime. I'm like, I don't have answers for you. Like, none of this is going to be an overnight fix, but like, hey, at least at minimum on this call, we put together a basic spreadsheet that have at least 5 women's names and their docket numbers, and like.
And you know what the problem with all this is? This is what pisses me off. This is what makes me angry, because this could change overnight if people just got off their fucking asses. Like, all these healthy people that aren't stressed out, that are ignoring all these serious problems around them because, well, if I ignore it, then my life is still fine and I don't notice, like.
And why do your kids not like you? Probably animosity toward, like, it's from 0 to 6 is when we're all like, you come birthed wired about 25%. And then from birth to age 6 is when your brain is doing the rest of its fundamental, innate neurocognitive wiring. When kids are going through this during those periods, they are literally being wired to fail and to suffer. I've been through it. I was 5 when all the shit started with my family. And then anytime it doesn't matter what age, you go into this family court system, which again, in this article even says, like, this article says it. The evidence supports it enough for this article to say it was the Broward County, like, custody and divorce proceedings that destroyed both of these people's lives and drove this dude to go and murder multiple people. Like,
And nobody
that
cares.
is, but
The system is
that is
designed to ignore it.
powerful for media to put that out there, like that statement. And then they talked about that tranche of files, which I don't know.
There was something else the other day. I don't think I took a screenshot of it. I should have, but it said something about this whole like pedophilia thing is the new norm for CEOs. This Epstein thing is the new norm. No, it's not. I'm gonna kill you, motherfuckers are dead. Once I get enough people together, all you CEOs are gonna be fucking burned at the stake together.
Like, I need to connect you with Whitney again, either like separate or I know she's working on stuff for this bullshit thing tomorrow where they're gonna try to railroad her and
She's going in there totally unprepared. She thinks she knows what she's talking about. She thinks that these AI are helping her, and I guarantee they're not telling her something and trying to let her get fucked.
Well, that's the thing. Again, she's used it and she's used other, like, that's where I'm saying I don't know if it was 4 days ago, but I was like, call me crazy, but literally overnight, ChatGPT is gaslighting me. And when I told her, you and I were talking about AI, like, that's when she was like, yeah, ChatGPT just like, so I was running it through like my things and different things and throwing together basic stuff, not detailed. But again, like, you have to formally object to this fucking hearing. You have to formally file whatever the fuck to, like, stay or vacate the file. Like, there are things you have to fucking file because they're gonna do it anyways. And if you don't have that paper trail, then you're fucked. Like, you're fucked. Versus certain filings, you have to get on the record. And then once they keep doing that, it becomes evidence and proof of the exact claims that you're making. Ongoing retaliation, like her shit, the claims, the federal level, they're very similar to mine. Collusion, conspiracy.
And it's probably not similar to yours. It's probably 100% exactly the fucking same. All of these, everybody's cases, and I talked to my AI about this. This is what pisses me off. Nobody seems to pay attention to the fact that once you can prove that all of these judges and lawyers are all doing exactly the same thing, that's how we get them. But we're all so like,
because they bury us.
The paperwork.
Again,
so much.
I pulled up her docket. They're doing this. It's back to back to back fucking hearing and re-trauma, and they don't stop. And they lie, and it's like.
But we have to use them against each other. Like, we have to use a court-appointed lawyer. Like, I'm disabled. I'm not sure I understand everything. Like, why am I being forced into this position without, having counsel?
So in Florida specifically, there are no pro bono family law attorneys.
American with Disability Act doesn't provide anything. This is what we have to dig deep, because when people are disabled, there are like a little bit, we could add this, we could push for that.
No, I'm very well versed. It's in all my federal filings. And on top of that, I even took a national, like, government level, whatever, accreditation for ADA Title II, like, certification, which I have. So that's what, again, I did just as an extra fuck you against the ADA coordinator. And I, again, like,
And that's why I don't
I've
do this stuff, because people like you already have it and it didn't do anything. Like, well, she knows it now. We can use it in the future, but I don't want to learn it too, just so
no,
we can
I
all
mean,
know stuff
again,
that
I didn't
doesn't work.
actually learn it. I literally used ChatGPT to tell me the
That's
answers,
fine.
and I paid $5 and I got the certificate. But it's the same level of requirement, and it's literally the same fucking test
You probably
that
paid more attention than these
eight
people do.
that ADA coordinators and courts take, and the chief ADA, like it's bullshit. Like I've got them so fucked up, like with so many ADA Title II violations because I shifted strategies. I'm like, you don't care about child abuse, like you don't care about, again, WAWA, Violence Against Women's Act, when I'm a legally adjudicated victim of DV, as is my daughter, not alleged, but state ran trial, and he also pled guilt, and it's like a thing. Um, but hey, ADA Title II violations are supposed to be taken seriously, yet every fucking court, even federal court, continues to violate ADA Title II by refusing to grant me, number one, the information for an ADA coordinator or contact. Number two, any interactive process, which is required by law. Number three, reasonable accommodations so that like no party is prejudiced or unable to access a court, which again, you can't do when they won't let you file online or remotely in federal court. You either have to pay an attorney, physically go and file, or print and organize and pay to mail, which takes time and delays. It is an deliberate obstruction of access to court at the highest level, and no federal court, number one, adheres to it itself. There's also no grievance procedures posted. There's no ADA contact. But what do you do in the federal court? The highest court is the one that like keeps violating them. Like, so it's documented. I know a lot about ADA Title II because again, they are supposed to care, and that's not speculative or anything to do with kids. It's again, I was a like extremely successful like person in like life in general, despite having these disabilities. I only started turning like going down when the abuse picked up, and then after years and years of prolonged litigation and repeat abuse, and now I'm like ready to drop dead. It's like same and similar with her. And yet the federal courts, who are, that's why when everyone's like, oh, I'm going to file a federal suit, I'm like, good luck, because they won't even let you file. If you can't pay or access or go and mail or prepare, which like I have gone in crippling pain where I can like barely even drive because the stabbing pain, it's like I have a very high pain tolerance, but like, and I keep filing and I keep filing again, not because they're going to do anything, but because I'm documenting even at the highest level that number one, they're failing and refusing to rule or even consider threshold issues like access to the fucking court. So now it's not about me. It's about you're doing this to all disabled people. So I've leaned heavily into that. They haven't done or changed anything, but it's documented and I've experienced it. And that's where like I also get extremely mad as a disabled person who like once again, what like federal court is the only court that uses a filing system that a pro se filer cannot access.
It's just all set up against us to fuck us, and that's what we're going to prove.
Well, and I have. So in my first federal case, when it was docketed, I reached out to the whatever CMECF help desk because federal courts use Pacer. And to get a login, you have to literally be granted a login by a federal judge's order. So I have an email from the help desk where I'm like, hey, I have my case docketed. Like, I need to be able to access my docket to file. And they're like, the only way you can do that is with a judge's order. So I filed repeatedly motion for, ADA Title II consideration, emergency motion to grant online filing access per ADA title. Like, there's like 10,000 of them. In his dismissal only, in a footnote on the second page, this judge puts, Chambers contacted the CMF ECF help desk and they said pro se filers can't access the system, which is a lie. And again, I put the evidence in like my renewed motions, like, here you go. And also here's like the law per page or like law by state, federal statute, whatever, which says as a pro se party, you can have access if a judge grants it. And I have a dismissal order from a judge with a footnote saying he's dismissing and denying everything because the help desk said I'm not allowed to have online filing access, despite their email filed as evidence saying only a judge's order and me pulling the actual like federal law and statute for access. So again, that is deliberate. It is proven. It's already on my federal fucking docket in that case. So that's another reason I filed in Georgia. I literally put in this one, I'm not form shopping. Number one, this is a different petition. Number two, I was denied online filing access by the Southern District of Florida Federal Court, despite being disabled and having a disability case open since 2022 and submitting proof and evidence and an ADA Title II accommodation and repeated requests for online access, either by email or by online filing system, as well as ADA accommodation, meaning the interactive ADA Title II process that's supposed to absolutely happen by federal law that y'all break. And then again, I have judges lying in orders, like saying, oh, nope, help desk said you can't have access. Well, no, motherfucker. Again, by the actual, like, written law.
You know what the problem with all this is, too? Like, we're always respectful to these stupid, pathetic pieces of fucking shit. Why the fuck do we have to be respectful to these dumb cunt fucks?
That's the next angle I'm going after is First Amendment freedom of speech. Because, again,
every time now I want to go to court, I'm going to think every judge I've gone before has been a stupid cunt. Every fucking lawyer has been a lying piece of fucking shit. In
family court, they punish you. Again, in the bullshit hearing that doesn't exist on the docket, the proof they had against me was an email thread between me and Faces and the owner where I'm blasting them for breaking court order, where I asked them to clarify why they broke court order and immediately reunified my daughter with her father, where I document that I sent all these text messages and warned them the day my daughter was sick that she was forced to stay, and then she ended up hospitalized. And the owner literally tried to lie and say, oh, well, Sarah saw she wasn't feeling good and had a tummy ache, but that's normal. And I'm like, I literally went off on her. I was like, you are disgusting. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. Supervised visitation facilities are literally evil and everybody knows it. And you only exist to force reunification with kids and parents that are like, you say that you are safe on your advertising, but my child already had psychological trauma. So you claim what? You provide a safe physical environment, yet you neglected my daughter. And
you know what we're going to do too? Like when this starts going, we're going to destroy the mental health field.
it
absolutely destroy the mental health field because right
again, my
now it's
ex
just
tried to file that same bullshit psych eval, and I was like, "You dumb motherfucker! I've literally been in therapy since you were arrested. Number
look,
one, because
what's
I
the
needed
problem
it.
here? The problem with all of this is nobody makes any of this public. I want to see a therapist and I want to do what you and I are doing right now. I'm like, all right, therapist, you're a mandated reporter. Why are you letting all these kids be sexually abused? And you're telling me I just need to relax and go find a fucking hobby. And then I did find a
If
hobby where I'm trying to help people. And then the tools I use don't fucking work.
So again, I pick like my own therapist, and I'm very like I vetted a lot. I really do love my therapist now, but no, the ones that are tied into all this shit, the one like again, he tried through Faces and him and his attorney tried to force me for an immediate psych eval, and he was gonna pay $6,000, and I literally laughed. I was like, "You're a fucking idiot, bro." I've been in therapy literally every weekend for years, and I have 10 years of documentation where my therapist will tell you I ain't crazy.
This is the
So,
wrong answer. No, the answer is yes. I am so excited for this public evaluation that we are going to have. That's it. No
well,
more. I don't care about. I've been to therapy too, and my therapist said this and that. No, my therapist is a spineless fucking bitch. We're going to talk in public from now on. Everything we say needs to be public. So when they
well,
lie to us, we
I'm
have
just
them.
saying, like it's the pattern. They're trying to feed the system. They're trying to
Yes,
make her undergo a psych eval and continue paying for this gal, pay for the psych. Like they
we're going
tried
to
to
get
do the
them.
same shit to me, and then I literally fucking laughed and I started reporting them all. So that's why they conspired and all testified that I'm fucking crazy to steal my kid and kidnap her across state fucking lines. And like me, Whitney doesn't even know, I don't know, one or both of her kids are in school. So I also filed with the Georgia Department of Education and the US Department of Education a FERPA complaint, which I've did since November, and they wouldn't answer my emails. So I mailed them a fucking packet, and I just last week maybe got an email finally from the US Department of Education acknowledging it and making me fill out another fucking form, which I told you about. But guess what? The fact that they opened it and what it says, it proves literal interstate fucking kidnapping and concealment and parental interference and deprivation of rights under color of law because the SPPO only like investigates in cases where like kids public or private information and their educational records are mishandled or withheld. And so it's like when I say I got cases on, like I have the tracking numbers to the FBI, to the GOJ, my online submissions. Like I have made it.
They don't care. I've put all my complaints online on
No,
my Google
they
Blogger.
they don't care. But what I've been waiting and hoping for is the opportunity to name and expose them all because I can prove beyond any shadow of a doubt that every single one of these people and parties and entities and agencies and courts across 2 states and 3 fucking counties and everywhere in between have been on notice since May that my child has been fucking kidnapped against multiple orders, repeatedly abused, withheld from me, and everyone has had actual knowledge. So while I knew they were not going to do anything, I can prove that they knew. And that's where, like, most of this shit that I've done, I didn't even know if I'd live to see the fruition of it, but like, that's why I want someone or some recording, here we go, to exist that, like, I have filed all this stuff and I do have, like, everything I sent was by tracking number and I have those, or I sent it by email and saved, like, the printout, like, that's where I can say when I go to whatever highest entity or blow the top off or my own mini fucking Epstein file drop that every single one of, from state attorneys to FBI to DOJ, and I was saying all of this shit before the Epstein files. Now the Epstein files drop, and I told you in Florida, it's very fucking relevant because Epstein had his Palm Beach house and Trump has Mar-a-Lago, and these kids were being trafficked across counties, including Broward County, and the mayor of Florida is named and involved, and he was also involved in this giant fucking fraud and scandal that also came out since I've been reporting that DCF and Medicaid and all Hope Florida all meant for protecting women and children during the same time period. Instead of doing their fucking jobs, millions and millions of dollars were spent on anti-abortion ads instead. And the Tampa Bay Times article that ran it, there's like 3 different audit, like third party, like that makes it RICO.
Chump change. That's just a chump change. You're missing so much more. That's just a little piece of the puzzle.
No, I know it's bigger, but I'm just saying it proves what I've already been saying. DCF failure to investigate, closing investigations without investigating, known harm to my fucking child. And what makes it RICO per ChatGPT is, again, I've reported it all so extensively to these exact same agencies and departments and people, including the fucking governor. And they all told me they couldn't help, yet the governor opened a secret investigation about my case and then closed it without investigating as meritless, and then issued statements to the... I had my sitting judge on a criminal investigation. You know how hard that is? Like, but she was still staying on my case because they all let her. And DeSantis has appointed every single judge that has been on my case and on these other women's too.
And why do we listen to these people? I can't wait. Why are we listening to these people anymore? I know you're a criminal, so whatever you tell me, I'm gonna fight it.
Why is Pam Bondi not in why are none of these people in fucking jail? Again, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying these people care. No. But again, much like the Epstein files, if nobody came forward, if nobody documented it, that's why I'm like, I give no fucks and I'm out for blood. Like, I'll probably die anyway. So, like, I'll take the fucking bullet and I'm going to name and document as many as I can across dockets and just hope to God someone sees them. And it did work in Broward. That's how I'm like, holy shit. Now there's at least like 6 or 7 other women, most that Whitney know, and she knows like the specifics. And again, I know it's not just Florida. I've experienced it in Georgia. I'm in lots of groups. It happens everywhere. But if you have 4, 5, 6 women from Broward,
expand on this. Like, people are forgetting too. A lot of these parents have disabled kids, and this is a huge cash cow for the entire government to just rape people, just rape the whole.
Well, and DCF gets money every time they rip a fucking kid away and place them in foster. Like, it is bigger, but that's why somewhat separately we have to localize because we're trying to take down Broward Court, or at least make noise in the immediate, because all this other stuff is like bigger picture. But when we've got even 3 or 4 like women all with the same fucking shit from the same court, like, so I was like, as stupid as it is that I'm disabled and I don't want to fucking do it, if we can get a handful of people and go stand in front of the Broward Court with a fucking sign and a hashtag and a bullhorn, and like, then again, we can start building a paper, like when it's actually bodies together. Like, what have you actually seen on the news about any of this shit? It's when people actually come together and they're protesting. Like, I don't think we have to worry about ICE. And again, I don't even have the fucking money, nor do I want to do it. But even if it's a small group, like, even if we just take pictures of it, like,
there's a joke. This is all just a joke. ICE is just a distraction. It's just
except they're murdering fucking. I know it is.
Yes, so but it's still a distraction. I mean,
so is, you know, trying to take over Greenland and going to fucking war. Like, Right, but we still have our kids that we need to get back, and all these complex cases take time. So, like, how do we add pressure to the
We got to
Broward
start
court and
getting
make
our
other
stories
people
together. No one
make
except for you and me have our stories together. Like, well, this other person might have
Whitney,
more stories.
Whitney does. She
But is it
does.
online? Is it red? Is it online? Because hers isn't.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
she's
even.
drowning in filings and like back to back to back hearings and shit.
If it's not public, then it didn't happen and it disappeared and it can be made to disappear. This is like too white. Like this conspiracy stuff. I thought about it and thought about it, and
Oh,
every time.
I put it in my filings. So my emails to state attorneys, I go, you've killed half of my family. And like, again, I'm sending this email because you closed this investigation fraudulently. And I literally said, like, the mothers of this country, like, we're not going to be silent anymore. And I'm not going to stop. So, like, once again, last fucking chance to do your fucking job, whether you like me or not. You have a legal obligation. And I'm filing this in federal court and I'm going to put it in all the dockets that you didn't do it. So when the fucking reckoning comes,
We need whistleblowers. That's what we need. Because this is why I talked to my AI about this too. Like you already know what you know, but you're not part of these organizations. We
well,
need somebody with a conscience that has worked for these organizations and knows something, but was too scared to speak up until they have
so
people like us.
another person that Whitney knows in Florida, Volusia County or something like that. She also had a federal case and then she got blocked and barred from filing anymore. But I think like today or something, she had an article run by local news because she got records, something tied into like FLDE. So like actual main media picked it up and ran it. And I was like, hey, I want to talk to her too because I want to know how she packaged it because Fort Lauderdale, the media, they know all these people. And so like I'd be very curious how she put it together, but also like that's another person who had another federal case all about fucking Florida and now got media coverage. But Whitney and I were like, yeah, we need to find someone like independent because I used to work in media. I know all the fucking media. That's why I know exactly how my father's death was leaked because I knew these people, they knew me, and one of the media told me exactly how it happened. So like I was like, I've been thinking about taking out a fucking billboard, a radio ad, like even if it's a handful of people, if we're actually there in person, can blast something out to the media and or they drive by or people see it or, like
I don't know. What would get more media attention than protests? Because what would be more like, how do we
that's
get
all
attention?
that's all they're covering right now though.
Yeah, but what else could we do to get attention?
Well, I literally just saw a targeted sheriff warning in Georgia because someone, I guess, went and threw a brick through a federal building. And it was like, we will prosecute you to the fullest for vigilante justice and destruction of blah, blah. I'm like, uh-huh.
I want to do that. I want to throw a brick through a window at the federal building. And then when they talk, I'm going to publicly talk too. Like, I know he said he's going to prosecute me, but he's such a stupid, spineless fucking bitch that I'll see him in court. Fuck him. Oh, and I gave up my attorney-client privilege so they can all suck a dick.
For me, again, if like, I can't leave all these fucking animals unattended or like, again, this stuff, and I've even had my therapist tell me because I've said things about Sam. I'm like, yo, am I fucking crazy? But like to me, go back to caveman days. Like our primitive instincts are to like protect our family. It's also why there's like a constitutional right to have a firearm to defend yourself. And yet my child's been fucking taken and hurt and abused. And like, I am not a violent person. But like, if I wouldn't kill for my fucking child, like, it's like, she basically told me again, I'm not crazy. And if I do finally snap, it's Not because I'm crazy. It's because that's what I was driven to do because
I'm
nobody
not gonna
else was
snap.
doing it.
I've got the biggest fucking mouth in the world, and I'm gonna keep using it. Like, I'm just gonna keep running it. And go ahead, try to stop me. Try to bring me to court, because all you can do is ignore me at this point and hope I go away.
Well, if you
'Cause
throw a brick, you get arrested.
if I didn't have my dog, I would totally throw a brick, because they might try to keep me for a few days, but then they'd have to let me go because it would only be a window.
Which, that's the other part I forgot about. God, which is it? Her husband, I guess. Like beat the shit out of her, but then again, it was very similar to another friend I knew whose like husband called the police and alleged domestic. So she got arrested like recently, and so back to back, she's got this psych eval, this final hearing on Thursday. But also, here's the thing: none of this should be happening because she has a criminal case that's open. Granted, she's the defendant, if you will. But back to supremacy law, the family court's not allowed to be doing any of this when there is a criminal case and investigation open, but it's the same exact fucking shit they did to me. And like, yeah, so it's hers is very like complex. I had to
And
like
this is all with details. When people don't give you all the details, and she doesn't have it written down, and we can't.
no, she does. I just like
She has it all written down, so it's machine readable. Like, we could feed this into an AI and compare it to our other.
no, and that's what I started talking to her about. And again, she's very smart, but she's like, "What is plain text?" Same thing I said, and then I started like trying to explain it, but I wasn't at my computer and she was driving, so I couldn't like sit there and show her. So she just called me. I don't know if she got her filings done. I know she said whoever she's staying with has to use like the computer later, so she was trying to get them done tonight. But I don't know what your schedule's like. I've got to do some of my own filings, and I don't know if you're comfortable, but I was gonna like see if I could give like you two each other's numbers.
Yeah. I'm not doing nothing except for I have somebody at 10 a.m. tomorrow for maybe an hour. I don't know how long I'm talking to him, and another woman at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, and then that's it. Like, I'm free tonight. I might log into. I don't like Ellis's
I stopped
classes.
even doing as soon as I saw he was trying to like start charging, I was like, nah man, I've got my cases open. Like I don't need to know how to do it. It's like I told it's like everyone thinks they have their shit together, but for court intents and purposes, like I do. I'm much further along than all those people, and I've also proven their patterns at the federal level, but nothing about this is like, yeah, I want all the fucking money to there's no money to compensate for death, and I got no money, so like yeah, I want you all to like hurt in that way too, but none of this is like about money, and I don't help people like for money, maybe that's my problem. Like maybe I'd be more successful if I did. But
I
yeah,
want
but
money. Your money's not going to help me. And what am I going to do with the money then? Then I'm going to have to pay taxes on it, and then people are going to bother me, and then I'm going to have a headache that I don't want to deal with. Or if I just do this all for free.
what was your role with him though? Because like originally him and I were gonna talk, but then he's like, "No, talk to Ricky first, so then we won't need to talk." And I'm like, "Fuck you do, man." Like,
He just wants people's paperwork. Like, he's like the lawyer. Like, I don't want to give him my paperwork, because so what? Your AI is going to say exactly the same thing mine is, except yours is not going to have all the context that mine has about my story.
well, and again, not to like
He's
be
doing
an
the same
asshole,
thing that
but
you could do. Like, if I sent you my information and go, "Oh, could you write me up a court thing?" Like, well, yeah, you could just write me up one. There you go. And if
well, I
it's
was helping, Whitney, but like again, I come from a family of like brilliant attorneys, but I know more fucking attorneys than you can ever imagine. I hate it. Like I've literally had attorneys hate me only to turn around and say they hate me because
you're right, and they're liars, and they can't look themselves
And
in the
then like ones
mirror.
that hate me are like, you should go get your bar thing so I can hire you. I'm like, I've already looked into it and I'm not gonna pay a bunch of money like to go to fucking law school. Why can't I just take the bar exam, and if I pass it,
Yeah, but you
why
can
the fuck?
ask me to lie, because that's what you're going to do. I'll work for you, and then you're going to tell me that I can't tell the truth. You're going to tell me to ignore things, and go fuck yourself. I'm not ignoring anything anymore.
But and that's just not. It's not just family. It's like a state attorney. Like I come from a very specialized background, but I was also raised a certain way, and when I get my mind set on things, like I fucking destroy with like paper and words, not violence. And that's Whitney again. When like I was asking her where stuff is, like she's got her shit organized. It's not machine readable, but like if you just do what you like did with me on the blog spot thing, like
Just patience. This is one step at a time. It's annoying. I don't want to do this. We're already fighting, and this is a war. If this is a way to win a war, like why don't we take the extra step to do it?
but she's also again like she's an interior designer. Like they literally have to be organized. But so when I was asking her about like filing number, like she has it already. Mine's scattered fucking
This is the
everywhere.
problem too. It doesn't matter. Our problem isn't that you're disorganized and she's organized and I'm organized. It's the fact that we're not working together. All
But what
these
I'm saying
pieces of
is,
shit are working against us, and they have
but
the
what I'm like,
advantage.
it takes me time to even create a fucking running spreadsheet with all of my cases, whereas like she already has her files organized. Like you saw my
And you see
desktop,
the
like
problem in it. You see the problem with this conversation now. Do you know what the problem is here?
she's not online.
So me and Whitney have our paperwork together. So we should be helping other people get their paperwork together that don't even have a clue. People that
Well,
like you
and
have a shit ton. And
that's
once we
why I'm saying like, that's why I'm trying to get her on this last leg where if you just show her like you showed me on a screen share, she can, and then she's the one who knows all those other people who can like if she knows how, and she might have good like structuring ideas too. It's funny when
and
she's
listen,
telling
my
me,
idea is not the greatest idea. My idea is just something to build off of that works. If you guys find a way to change this and it's better, I can adapt mine instantly. Like, give me a couple hours and I will change it to a new
and
format.
that's the thing. Like her and I, we just briefly started talking about how we'd organize like. I think she'd be a really good mind and have good ideas on like that kind of stuff. Like it was funny because she's like, I need to put you in touch with this other girl. She's a lot. I'm like, well, I'm a fucking lot. She's like, I know I'm a lot too. I'm like, but I'm like a lot. But I think,
I don't think we're a lot. That's the problem. I think we're not enough. I'm like, everyone's like, oh, she's a lot. But, I listen to everything you're saying. Like, I don't find you like combative or argumentative. This is brainstorming. If
right.
we don't brainstorm ideas, we're going to lose.
And so again, I don't know. I've never spoken with those other girls, but again, if they've carried it further, and again, if we show or figure out with Whitney, again, a way to like do
screen share while you're talking real quick, just so I can show you. Because this is what I want you ladies to do. All right, you should be able to see that. Do you see where my mouse is? Like right here? Like this is all, I got my stupid stuff that's not important, but survivors of the system. Once we can click on this is all our stuff. My buddy Dallas, he even opened his own page, but what I wrote about him. This is your page, but you don't have an index yet. So I just have your story also. This Carrie Ann George, she hasn't linked anybody to her page yet. See, there's nothing on the side. But this is super easy to do. This is something I can teach people in a class. And then it's Becca Ray.
so again, Whitney's like me, like we've all been talking and trying to figure out how to document, and that's where I think again you and her would like she might have some like organization or index like I don't know, my head's too
And
off on all the other.
that's what we need. Like people that are like me, I'm just sitting around. If her idea is better, I'm going to be able to adapt it within 1 day at the very longest it would take me to just restructure my files that I already have written.
Well,
And then you're going to be able to rock.
I was laughing because you and I enjoy a healthy debate. Like, she's got a strong personality, so I'm sure she's got strong opinions. But like, I think you two will also like hit it off because I think we're all on the same fucking page. And what she brings is like, again, skills and expertise in arenas that I lack. Like,
That's what, like,
thinking,
I don't want to learn any extra new skills. Like, I already have my skills. You have your skills. Don't learn what I know. Learn what I've done, and I'm going to learn what you're doing. I'm going to put it in my paperwork so that if anybody ever sees it, I have instructions now like an idiot. But I'm like, you know what? If anybody needs to copy what I'm doing, that stupid sidebar I just showed you, I have instructions for that. I have
well, the other
instructions.
thing with her is like me too, if I drop dead, like I've also done this hoping with, things on the internet existing forever that like maybe one day if my daughter ever Googled my name or her, like she would
That's fine.
know. Like,
You wanted to share your story to see if you fought for her, because right now you don't have a story out there except for our
well,
conversation.
and she's being brainwashed. And I like again, if I were to die, like I know what she'd be told, but at some
Yeah.
point maybe she'd Google my name and see it. And Whitney's kind of in the same boat. And that's where I'm like, that's where this like the blog spot stuff and like link like now it's not just me who knows, like he knows, but it's also like online. And so like she's there too. Um Let me give her a call back. And if you're okay with it, I'll give her your number because she said again, I don't know what I guess she can talk on the phone tonight. She just won't be in front of her computer. But maybe it's a thing where she can like talk and you can like record it and then
Because you can shut your camera off now, stick your phone in your pocket, and walk around your house, and I can hear everything you're saying. And I've got my closed caption on now because that's why I like to see what you're saying. So if I don't understand something or if it's so off, I'll be like, "Well, what did you mean by that?"
well, I've gotta run. I'm gonna get some booze because again, literally after talk, like I was so
I hear you.
sad and enraged for her. I'm like, you can see I break out when I get like
Me too. I'm like,
so
man, that the blotchy
because
skin.
Georgia doesn't have medicinal marijuana legalized. I
Not
have
yet.
right. She smokes and they're trying to pin her weed use despite it being prescribed for cancer against her. So unlike you all, I can't just like smoke a joint and chill. So I have to like make a fucking drink and chill.
That
So
system's so dumb, but yeah,
I
give her
can
my
like
number.
reconnect later, but let me
Yeah.
call her back and see if she had like a question or what she's doing, and I'll send you to each other's info because she's awesome and like again I'm trying to help her with like the just put the stupid shit you don't want to put on paper and file it because you have to, but like here's what we're and she's like fully on board and she has all those extra people and like so I'm excited for you to touch base and I'll let you all know when I get back. I have to file some stupid shit too. Ugh.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
I'll touch
stop
base with
filing
you.
soon. But
Huh?
so we're gonna stop filing soon. This is gonna start changing very soon because once we
It's
get the numbers, it's over.
well, and that's what I'm saying. Like her alone, she rambled off like so many names, and I'm like, shit. I mean, again, it's all Broward specific, but like I've also got Georgia. You've got Massachusetts.
Once you teach people what I'm doing, and I got these little kids version, I have a kids version of this project, so they can start using this as a diary and a photo album and start learning to write so they can talk
Smart.
about all this. And once kids learn how to do this, it's fucking over.
You know,
It'll
my
never
daughter had
happen
a
again.
diary and it had a lock on it, and she told me she didn't want her dad to see it, and she told me in secret, like she's only written one thing, and it's no, like no, and she would only tell me, and then she said she wrote, but she's 5, she's 6 now, but like I always had a diary when I was a kid, but it would be great if, again, with the parents' permission, if like it would be by parent, but like she has a 13-year-old daughter. Like maybe she could set her up with a
All these
page and
kids
give
have
her.
to. It's like people are like, don't write about your problems then. Don't talk to your kids about writing about problems. Lure them into writing about what they care about, what they want to do for the future, and then they're going to naturally talk about what they care about anyway.
But also, again, because of the age, if her daughter's 13, if she, like maybe Whitney could create her a private like page that she monitors, but she could pull in, because again, I don't know if it's 14 or what, but like even when kids keep journals or diaries, they're usually paper, they're like private, and again, it's going to be parent by parent, but like, again, I've seen the videos, like her daughter's seen this stuff. I don't, I guess she doesn't have any contact at the moment, but like for the kids who are old enough and willing, or, maybe even ones who've recently aged out, like to actually get their like journaling somewhere on a platform, again, that's not visible to everybody, but at least
Once you start getting your opinion out there and you realize that I can tell you, fuck you, right to your face, and there's nothing you can do about it, these kids are going to be like, I didn't know I could do that to these stupid fucking asshole adults that shit all over me for fucking decades.
Well, but the other thing too is, like, you're not allowed to submit any of that. Your kids aren't allowed to speak in court unless they're a certain age. But if they're creating and they're logging their own
If they already made it
online,
public, it might be evidence. We need to learn about this because
that's what I'm saying. Like,
yes, so everything matters. All of this matters, and it's all important.
and again, my daughter is only 6, so she can't. But and I guess she doesn't have contact, but she's 13 and wants to get around 14. And again, her daughter's I've seen the videos. Like, she doesn't have but that would be a powerful way, I think, again, depending on age and the situation, but to be able to use it as evidence without having to call a kid into testimony. Like, if a kid, whatever age, is creating and maintaining their own
Why they do
journal
this too? Why they call kids in to testify and put
to
them on the
traumatize
spot?
them, like confuse them, like
Exactly. You just said it right there. That's the only reason. There's no reason to do that. And no rational human being would ever put a child on the stand and force them to defend themselves in front of a group of other people like that.
I'm also not even allowed to submit videos where you can see my daughter's clothes, like unless you get a special motion and special approval, which they won't.
Because you ask. I don't ask anything anymore. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to act like a fucking dickhead around you. What are you going to do about it?
Well, no, I'm saying like the videos of my daughter,
like the courts. I'll play the video. You tell me my video is no good. I'm putting it out on YouTube. I already put all my videos out on YouTube, and they don't even know what to say now.
Mine's like a child, so it's.
So what? There's kids on TV. Oh, this kid's being abused. Why didn't you do something about it, officer? It's not your job. What's your job, judge? Because if it's not your job, then whose job is it?
I would be fine leaving his face, but I would want to put like a black circle or something under hers. Like,
and we could do that too, because I'm all about that. Like, where there's a will, there's a way. Like, I'm gonna expose you. You don't want to see the kid's face? That's fine, but I'm gonna put the video out there of you abusing it. I don't care. You're not getting away with this.
You can hear everything she says. You can see, like, you can see the fucking trauma and the fear and the like.
I mean, I don't want to.
I
don't want to watch it.
No, but I begged them all, like, let me send you this evidence. I'm sending you the transcripts, but you need to watch the fucking video because you need to fucking see it. And I sent it I made 2 attorneys watch it while I was like, you're watching this. And when they watch it, they couldn't deny it, yet they never fucking filed it. And they told me I couldn't show it.
And we have to talk about this too, because they might be mandated reporters. I don't know if they are.
A lot of them are. Faces
and we can get them. So it's just I don't want to keep you all night. You got to get your drinks and stuff. But when we talk later, this is stuff we need to write down, and we need to get lawyers' names. Because if you did this, I'm coming for you. If you knew.
Again, it's not all extracted, but I've named them, and she's got a lot. So let me jump. Let me get to the store before they close, because everything closes here early because it's a small town. And I'll circle back with you tonight after I manage all the babies. Look at this little
Yeah,
cutie.
my little
He's so,
baby's doing
he's
something. She's all
so
wacky. She doesn't like it when I'm talking. She gets all worked up. She's like, "What are you doing?"
look at that
Uh,
face.
Such a cutie.
He's so cute, and he's such a good. Whoever had him before was horrible to him because he has like severe separation. Like I, even if I'm in the shower and the curtain is like, and when I first got him home, I put him in a crate just for like a second because she told me he wasn't house. I have never ever ever heard those sounds come from an animal, and I've rescued a lot. Like it sounded like he was being horrendously tortured. And so like I found out about these like belly bands, which I guess you can put on dogs while you're like house training them so they don't pee on everything. So now I don't have to put him in a crate not to pee on things. But no, like he won't leave my side, and so he'll be in the car. I gotta give him a little babying, but then I'll regroup. In the meantime, I'm gonna see where she stands on her stuff and then give her your number, and I'll send you
Sounds
hers.
great. All right.
Thank you. Where's your
Talk to you later.
baby? Let me see that pretty girl.
Harley took off. She wants to go outside or she wants a snack. Somebody's cooking. She's like,
I
she's
think
all
I
about her
saw her
stomach.
at some point in the background, or maybe I imagined
Well, I
it.
picked her
But
up and I was holding her. She was huffing and puffing, staring at me. She wants a treat and I didn't give it to her. She's mad.
all right, we'll go give the baby the treat. I'll tend to mine, and then we'll regroup.
Talk to you later. Thanks,
All right.
Kathryn. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.